All right, welcome, Mushin Warriors, to another episode of Mushin Mental Academy, where our purpose is to provide you the tools for engagement and presence. Today's episode is centered around utilizing space and action to escape from depression and to create a flow that continues to keep us on the path of being ourselves. Allows us to have that self-confidence to just so let's jump right into it. All right. So in life, we all know that there are situations where we find ourselves almost tripped. We're in a position of like anxiety, or it can get as bad as depression at times, where we feel like we can't get out of this mess and everything is just way too confusing and in a flurry. We're not really able to see a clear path towards what we want to do, nor a clear path out or away from the situation we no longer want to be in. These tools today are specifically for how to deal with this. Um, so the very first step that is critical in engaging with this is finding space. Okay, so through our lives in these positions, I want to visualize this as energy, right? So the actions that we take, what we do in our life, it's creation, whether I'm here speaking or I'm moving, whatever it is, all of these actions are acts of creation. It's energy being put forth in a particular pattern or like element. So by knowing this, we can see that by first stepping back and allowing us to be in nothing, allowing us to just sense what this total energy is, that allows us the freedom to release all of these stressors and attachments and all these things that are like tearing us up or pulling us apart in all these different directions. So space is the very, very first step of being able to be ourselves and to be able to escape these situations and go towards what we want to see. Now, I want to touch on that actual process a little bit because in the process of creating space, let's say meditation, for example, when we start to just be and allow ourselves to begin engaging with ourselves fully, which is that nothingness, we're going to start feeling and receiving all of these signs, all of these things that we haven't been able to hear before. Call it the voice, call it the universe, whatever you want to call it. But that particular guide is going to come stronger when we are beginning to find space and to engage with ourselves. Why? Because now we're able to hear it. We no longer have all these distractions clouding us, and we have the space and ability to welcome something that's new and something that's fresh. And that's when that moment is going to arrive. So through this process, don't hold on to or attach yourself to any of these particular bits or pieces that are coming through. If it's, we're meditating and it says, oh, I was supposed to text that person earlier today. I messed up. You did. Great. Be quiet and just keep going. Oh, I forgot to set an alarm for, great, solid. Just keep going. Because right now, what we need to know is that this is the process of becoming and entering a state of awareness with ourselves, becoming ourselves. And so we want to continue letting go in this process. These are just signs that are showing us we're entering that state. We've already made the mistake of forgetting the text or write down or whatever. So let go of those for right now and just practice doing the thing that is being you. So allow that space. Now, once this space has been created, this is the very first step, find that space, find that clarity and the ability to engage with nothing. And I don't know, how you or how anybody needs to create that is going to depend on what you're going through. So sometimes we need to create space by actually pushing things away that are entering our zone, removing ourselves and putting ourselves into other environments so that we don't have the same stressors or the same, like calamity that's been going on. Other times, creating space might just be just being quiet and allowing things to come in and out. And, you know, you'll know that for yourself. I can't dictate that. It's going to go from the moment. But once you've been able to find that and engage with nothingness, I like to just sit with it for a little while and just engage with presence. See what that feels like and engage with that feeling until you're at peace. That's the step. So the way to do that is literally just continue relaxing. Find like get in tune with your body. Find where we're holding emotion, where we're holding all of these tight spots. Relax. Let your shoulders drop back. All that stuff. Once we've created all of these pieces in space and we've gotten to the zone where we're clear, we no longer have to, worry about all these stressors and things that are coming in and out. This part gets fun because now we start to get to see a little bit of life. We get to see some of the path a little. The clarity becomes a little bit more present. Now, this is where action comes in. Once we've been able to find that space and we've been able to get our energy in a way that it's not dragging us all over the place, it's not pulling apart, it's not fighting against itself in disharmony. This is now where we're able to just take one step at a time, one conscious, actionable step at a time. Sometimes the only clear thing that we might see in life is doing the dishes in front of us or making our bed. Other times it's, a specific problem or something we haven't been looking at, and that's the thing to go into and look at and resolve. It's going to be dependent on us and in each of the moments. But the tool itself will be useful for any of it. It's being able to first create space, whatever that means, for yourself. Create space and allow yourself to engage fully with just being you. And then now, through taking these actionable steps one at a time, that is how we are able to practice consciously directing our energy and momentum in one way, one path, and in unity, let's say. That way, we're still moving, we're still creating, we're still learning, we're still growing. All these things are happening. This is life. Life is change. But we're able to change in a way that is consistent with self and in a way that is harmonious with self. We're no longer having situations where our actions are acting out of accordance with our beliefs, because this is essentially what causes the first step, what causes us, like, or one of the causes to bring us into states of depression, of confusion, of anxiety, of tightness. It's literally our energies, like all the actions that we're taking. Call it whatever you want, karma, some people use, but it's each of these things are going and setting forth energy and flow that's acting in a direction. And if it's not all acting in the direction you want to be going, you're going to feel it. It's going to be uncomfortable. So the very first piece of it is not fighting ourselves. And that's what we realized through, doing practices like stretching, yoga, qigong, things like that. All of these are just even like sports, weightlifting, whatever, anything that gets you like moving, you're able to kind of feel your body and you realize, oh, I'm holding tension here. If I release this, I am now able to do the same thing I was doing before, but I'm not fighting myself in the process. And this video is the mental side of that. It is the exact same thing. So I'll give you a quick Spark Note version of what we just went over to make sure it's kind of clear and concise. But essentially, when we're noticing that we're in states of either confusion, anxiety, depression, anything that seems like we're not perfectly in harmony with ourselves, any kind of discomfort in this, if you don't feel perfect, and if you don't feel like you know exactly what you're doing and where you're going, then this is useful for you. Like that, it's just that easy. It's finding space, and what finding space is essentially being able to get in tune with reality, with the essence of life, and it's through the process of letting go and releasing peacefully. And then once we find that state of clarity, we're able to see. And once we're able to see, that's respect. The respect of saying, okay, I've been given this gift of clarity, of vision. I do see what I'm supposed to be doing. Thank you for that. I've been lost for fucking ever. Now I do know what I'm supposed to do. Great. Respect it now. Take the action and do that. If that step is doing the dishes, do the dishes. If that step is going outside and hanging out with a friend and, just engaging with yourself, doing something that makes you happy, whatever. Maybe it's working because you've been, putting off actually doing something. I don't know. But whatever that is, do that. Go do that. Go do the step. Go do the thing. Don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Don't write it out. Go do the thing. That is the only way to set our energy in harmony together. Or at least that's the way that I'm going to be describing here. So if you find any other ones, continue sharing with me. I'm on this journey along with you guys. But anyway, I hope that you get some value from this. I very much appreciate you. And as always, be awesome, be beautiful, be yourselves.